Welcome to Iceland. The island where fire meets ice and nature writes its own story. Here, glaciers sleep beside volcanoes, waterfalls carve the land like veins of silver, and black sands glow beneath shards of crystal ice. It's a place where legends of trolls and gods meet the restless forces of Earth itself, shaping a landscape unlike anywhere else on the planet. Iceland, set between the North Atlantic and Arctic Oceans, is a land of extremes and wonder. From ancient Viking settlements to geothermal marvels, every corner of this island reflects both nature's power and its poetry. Home to roaring waterfalls, vast glaciers, and steaming geysers, it's no surprise Iceland is known as the land of fire and ice. In this journey, we'll uncover the breathtaking places, fascinating stories, and timeless beauty that make Iceland one of the world's most extraordinary destinations. How well do you know Iceland? Let's find out. Which glacier is the largest in Iceland? Comment your answer below and see how many viewers get it right. If you enjoy meaningful and cinematic journeys like this, please support the channel. Liking and subscribing is completely free, but it helps creators more than you can imagine. And tell us in the comments, which country should we explore next? Geography and location. Iceland is a volcanic island nation positioned between the North Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. It covers roughly 103,000 square kilometers, 39,800 square miles, a land where glaciers, volcanoes, geysers, and black sand beaches coexist in perfect contrast. About 11% of its surface is covered by ice, while active volcanoes constantly reshape its terrain. Culture and traditions. Iceland's culture is rooted in Norse heritage and Celtic influence, preserved through centuries of storytelling. Ancient sagas, Viking folklore, and beliefs in elves and trolls still influence local art and customs. Despite its small population, the country hosts vibrant festivals celebrating literature, music, and midsummer light. Food and cuisine. Icelandic cuisine blends simplicity with purity. Fresh seafood, lamb, and dairy products form its core. Dishes like hardfiskar, dried fish, skyr, yogurt like dairy, and locally baked geothermal bread reflect centuries of adaptation to a harsh climate. Modern restaurants now fuse Nordic minimalism with sustainable, farm-to-table cooking. History and heritage. Settled by Norse Vikings in the 9th century, Iceland developed one of the world's oldest parliaments, the Alþingi at Þingvellir in 930 AD. The island's sagas record heroic tales of explorers, traders, and poets that still shape Icelandic identity today. From medieval independence to union and eventual sovereignty in 1944, its story mirrors endurance against nature and time. Economy and lifestyle. Iceland ranks among the safest and most peaceful nations on Earth, with no standing army and exceptionally low crime. Its economy thrives on renewable geothermal and hydropower, fishing, and tourism, driven by its dramatic landscapes. With a population of just 370,000, life feels both modern and deeply connected to nature. Unique laws and customs. Iceland has strict environmental protections. Damaging moss or littering geothermal sites is illegal. Naming laws ensure every name fits Icelandic grammar, preserving language and heritage. And in a rare example of global peace, Iceland stands as the only NATO member without a permanent military force. Now that we've explored Iceland's history, culture, and fascinating facts, it's time to witness the raw beauty that defines this land of fire and ice. From mighty glaciers and ancient volcanoes to black sand beaches and thundering waterfalls, each destination reveals a new side of Iceland's untamed soul. So, let's begin our cinematic journey through the most amazing places in Iceland. A land where nature's power and peace exist side by side. Studlagill Canyon. Studlagill Canyon lies deep in the eastern region of Iceland, carved dramatically by the Jökla River. It is celebrated for its towering basalt columns, dark geometric pillars rising sharply above turquoise glacial waters. This breathtaking contrast of color and form makes Studlagill one of Iceland's most photogenic natural wonders. Formed thousands of years ago by volcanic eruptions and glacial meltwater, the canyon reveals Iceland's raw geological history. The hexagonal basalt columns were shaped as cooling lava fractured into perfect vertical patterns, creating a natural cathedral of stone. During the early 20th century, the river's water level dropped after a nearby hydroelectric project diverted its course, uncovering the hidden beauty of the canyon. Visitors today walk along its rugged trails or stand on viewing platforms overlooking the serene blue-green stream below. In summer, sunlight reflects off the smooth rock surfaces, turning the canyon into a mirror of vivid hues. The stillness here contrasts with the powerful forces that once shaped it, offering both awe and calm in a single frame. For photographers, hikers, and nature enthusiasts, Studlagill Canyon is a reminder of how Iceland's most beautiful treasures often lie quietly waiting to be discovered. Vestrahorn Mountain. Vestrahorn Mountain rises dramatically on Iceland's southeastern coast near the Stokksnes Peninsula. Standing 454 meters, 1,490 feet tall, it is one of the few mountains in Iceland composed mainly of gabbro rock, a dark mineral rich in iron and magnesium. This gives Vestrahorn its striking gray-black hue and razor-sharp ridges that seem to cut through the sky. Formed millions of years ago through the cooling of magma, the mountain's shape and color reveal its volcanic origin. Unlike Iceland's typical lava-based peaks, Vestrahorn's texture is coarse and metallic, catching the light in cinematic detail. At its base stretch sweeping black sand dunes, shaped by coastal winds and the tide's rhythm against the Atlantic Ocean. The area around Stokksnes has become a paradise for photographers, especially during sunrise when soft golden light paints the cliffs in amber tones. Seals often rest along the shoreline, adding life to the stillness of this raw landscape. Filmmakers have used Vestrahorn as a backdrop for movies and travel campaigns, drawn by its surreal mix of sea, sand, and mountain. Standing before Vestrahorn, you sense the timeless energy of Iceland, where land, ocean, and wind create nature's purest symphony. Stokksnes Beach. Stokksnes Beach stretches along Iceland's southeastern coast, at the foot of the iconic Vestrahorn Mountain. Its black volcanic sands, sculpted by wind and waves, form a hauntingly beautiful landscape where the sea meets towering peaks. This rare blend of coastline and mountain scenery has made Stokksnes one of Iceland's most photographed destinations. The dark sands are remnants of volcanic eruptions, finely ground over centuries by the relentless Atlantic tides. Tufts of golden grass scattered across the dunes add contrast, creating a surreal palette of black, gold, and silver under shifting light. When the tide recedes, the wet sand mirrors the sky and mountains, producing perfect reflections that change with every passing cloud. Historically, the Stokksnes Peninsula served as a lookout point for sailors navigating Iceland's southern shores. Today, it draws visitors, filmmakers, and photographers who seek its cinematic compositions, especially at sunrise or during foggy mornings. The nearby Viking village film set, built for a historical movie project, adds cultural depth to the area's mystique. As waves roll quietly along the coast and the wind hums through the dunes, Stokksnes Beach captures the essence of Iceland: wild, untamed, and endlessly captivating. Fagradalsfjall volcano. Fagradalsfjall volcano stands on the Reykjanes Peninsula in southwest Iceland, near the fishing town of Grindavik. Its name means "beautiful valley mountain," a fitting title for a place where fire and earth continually reshape the land. The volcano gained worldwide attention in 2021 when it erupted after nearly 800 years of dormancy. This eruption, though powerful, was relatively gentle, producing slow-moving rivers of glowing lava instead of explosive ash clouds. Thousands of locals and visitors hiked to witness the spectacle, watching molten rock pour through the dark valleys beneath a crimson sky. Unlike most volcanoes, Fagradalsfjall's accessibility allowed people to experience Earth's raw energy from remarkably close distances. The volcano itself formed during the last ice age, as magma forced its way through layers of ancient basalt and solidified into broad ridges. Over time, it developed a flat-topped shape, making it unique among Iceland's many volcanic systems. The surrounding Reykjanes landscape is a living geothermal field, steaming vents, sulfuric plains, and newly formed lava paths, revealing the planet's restless core. Today, Fagradalsfjall remains a natural laboratory for scientists and a pilgrimage for adventurers, symbolizing Iceland's eternal dialogue between creation and destruction. Breidammerkurjökull Glacier. Breidammerkurjökull Glacier stretches across southeastern Iceland as one of the most awe-inspiring outlets of the vast Vatnajökull ice cap. This frozen giant flows down from the highlands toward the Atlantic Ocean, feeding the world-famous Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon. Its name translates to Whitepark Glacier, a fitting description for its immense expanse of ice and fractured ridges. Over centuries, Breidammerkurjökull has carved deep valleys and sculpted the surrounding terrain through its steady movement and retreat. The glacier's shifting face continuously breaks off into colossal icebergs that drift into the lagoon before melting and washing ashore at nearby Diamond Beach. These floating sculptures shimmer in shades of white, blue, and silver, creating a breathtaking contrast against the black volcanic sand. Historically, the glacier advanced significantly during the 18th century, destroying nearby farms before retreating again due to rising temperatures. Today, scientists monitor its rapid melt as a key indicator of climate change in the Arctic region. Visitors can explore the area through guided boat tours or ice caving excursions that reveal dazzling tunnels beneath layers of compressed snow and volcanic ash. Breidammerkurjökull stands as both a natural masterpiece and a living reminder of Iceland's fragile balance between ice, fire, and time. Diamond Beach. Diamond Beach lies on Iceland's southern coast, just across from the Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon. It is one of the country's most mesmerizing natural wonders. A stretch of black volcanic sand scattered with glittering ice fragments that resemble diamonds. These ice chunks, broken off from the Breidammerkurjökull glacier, drift through the lagoon and wash ashore in stunning shapes and shades of blue. The beach's surreal beauty comes from the contrast between the obsidian-colored sand and the translucent ice, glowing softly under Iceland's shifting light. On sunny days, the crystals sparkle like gemstones. Under moonlight, they shimmer with a silvery glow against the dark ocean waves. The scene changes hourly as tides and winds rearrange the frozen sculptures, creating a landscape that never looks the same twice. Wildlife adds another layer of wonder. Seals often bask near the shoreline, and seabirds circle overhead searching for fish. During the winter months, the northern lights occasionally dance above, turning the entire coastline into a living painting of green and gold. Diamond Beach is not just a sight to behold. It's a reminder of nature's artistry, where ice, sea, and time come together in perfect harmony. Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon. Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon is one of Iceland's most iconic natural landmarks, located on the southeastern coast near Vatnajökull National Park. Formed less than a century ago, this vast glacial lake was created as the Breidammerkurjökull glacier began retreating from the Atlantic Ocean. Today, it spans around 18 square kilometers, 7 square miles, and is the deepest lake in Iceland, reaching depths of over 284 meters, 932 feet. The lagoon's calm, icy waters are filled with floating icebergs that break away from the glacier's edge. These majestic blue and white sculptures drift slowly across the lagoon before melting into the sea, creating a constantly changing seascape of color and form. When sunlight strikes the ice, the entire surface glows with brilliant shades of turquoise and silver. The area is a haven for wildlife. Seals glide effortlessly between the ice blocks, and Arctic terns nest along the nearby shores. It has also served as a filming location for Hollywood blockbusters like Batman Begins and Die Another Day, showcasing its cinematic beauty to the world. Boat tours allow visitors to cruise among the towering icebergs, offering close-up views of nature's frozen artistry. Jökulsárlón stands as a living symbol of Iceland's eternal connection between fire, ice, and the sea, a place where time itself seems to move in slow motion. Vatnajökull Glacier. Vatnajökull Glacier dominates southeastern Iceland as the largest ice cap in Europe, covering nearly 8% of the country's total landmass. Its name means water glacier, an appropriate title for a frozen giant that feeds countless rivers, waterfalls, and glacial lagoons across the region. Beneath its thick layers of ice lie active volcanoes, creating a dramatic contrast of fire and frost unique to Iceland. The glacier stretches over 8,100 square kilometers, 3,127 square miles, with ice reaching depths of up to 1,000 meters, 3,280 feet. It's a constantly evolving landscape. Crevasses open, ice caves form, and meltwater channels shift as the seasons change. This dynamic environment has made Vatnajökull a centerpiece of Vatnajökull National Park, one of Europe's largest protected areas. Visitors can explore its frozen beauty through guided glacier hikes, ice caving tours, and snowmobile adventures. Each path reveals a world of translucent blue tunnels, ancient ice formations, and breathtaking views of the surrounding volcanic peaks. Scientists study Vatnajökull closely as its gradual retreat offers vital insight into the effects of global climate change. Standing before this colossal glacier, you can feel both the power and fragility of nature, a reminder that even the mightiest landscapes are shaped by time itself. Aldeijarfoss Waterfall. Aldeijarfoss waterfall cascades through the northern highlands of Iceland within the rugged Bardardalur Valley. It stands about 20 meters, 66 feet tall, where the Skjaldfandafljót River plunges into a narrow basalt gorge, surrounded by striking geometric rock columns. This dramatic combination of dark volcanic stone and foaming white water creates one of Iceland's most powerful visual contrasts. The waterfall was shaped during ancient volcanic activity when lava cooled and fractured into perfectly aligned basalt pillars. Over thousands of years, glacial meltwater carved its way through the rock, sculpting the canyon we see today. Because of its remote location, Aldeijarfoss retains a raw, untouched atmosphere that few places in Iceland can match. Photographers and travelers are drawn here for the waterfall's symmetry and rhythm, a natural masterpiece blending fire, water, and time. In summer, moss and green tundra soften the black rock walls, while in winter, frozen patterns form elegant ice curtains around the falls. Unlike the heavily visited southern sites, Aldeijarfoss remains peaceful, offering a sense of solitude amid Iceland's vast volcanic wilderness. It's a place where geology becomes art, and every drop of water tells the timeless story of Iceland's ever-changing earth. Vitsakur Cliff. Vitsakur Cliff rises from the shallow waters of Hunaflói Bay in northern Iceland, standing about 15 meters, 49 feet, tall. Its shape resembles a giant creature drinking from the sea, a resemblance that inspired its nickname, the Troll of the Northwest. This striking basalt monolith is actually the remnant of an ancient volcanic plug, left behind as the surrounding rock eroded over thousands of years. Local legends tell that Hvitserkur was once a troll who tried to destroy a nearby monastery's bell tower, but turned to stone when caught by the morning sun. Though mythical in tale, the formation's real beauty lies in its rugged texture and layered basalt columns sculpted by wind and waves. Seabirds such as gulls and fulmars nest along its jagged surface, adding life to this silent coastal sentinel. At low tide, visitors can walk across the wet sands to view the cliff up close, where its base glistens with white patches, a result of years of bird activity. During sunrise or sunset, the rock casts golden reflections across the water, making it a favorite spot for photographers. Hvitserkur stands as a perfect symbol of Iceland's coastal drama, where ancient lava, folklore, and the restless sea meet in timeless harmony. Fjadrarglufur Canyon. Fjadrarglufur Canyon lies in southeast Iceland, near the small village of Kirkjubeyjarklaustur, along the country's famous ring road. Carved by glacial meltwater over 2 million years ago, this breathtaking canyon stretches about 2 kilometers, 1.2 miles long, and plunges nearly 100 meters, 328 feet, deep. Its serpentine walls of moss-covered palagonite rock create a surreal green labyrinth that seems sculpted by time itself. The Fjadra River still flows gently through the canyon's base, winding its way between towering cliffs and small waterfalls. Over the centuries, erosion and glacial floods shaped its intricate curves and narrow passageways, leaving behind a masterpiece of Icelandic geology. The soft, vivid moss that clings to the canyon walls changes color with the seasons, from emerald green in summer to golden tones in autumn. In modern times, the canyon gained global fame after featuring in a music video by Justin Bieber, which led to a tourism surge. To protect its delicate ecosystem, authorities temporarily closed parts of the site, emphasizing the importance of sustainable travel. Today, viewing platforms offer safe, panoramic vistas where visitors can admire its grandeur without disturbing the fragile landscape. Fjallajökull is not just a canyon. It's a living testament to Iceland's ancient glacial past and its ongoing dialogue between nature and preservation. Mellifell Volcano. Mellifell Volcano rises majestically on Iceland's southern highlands near the vast Mýrdalsjökull glacier. Standing 791 meters, 2,595 feet, tall, it is one of Iceland's most visually striking mountains, a near-perfect cone of green set against a sea of black volcanic sand. This surreal contrast makes it one of the most photographed landmarks in the region, often described as nature's living artwork. Formed at the end of the last ice age, Mellifell emerged when volcanic eruptions broke through melting glacial ice. Its surface is covered with bright green moss that thrives only in summer, painting the dark desert-like plains with bursts of color. During winter, however, the area becomes inaccessible, hidden beneath snow and floodwaters from nearby glacial rivers. The surrounding landscape is shaped by centuries of volcanic and glacial interaction, giving it an otherworldly, lunar-like appearance. Hikers and adventurers visit Mellifell for its serenity and cinematic scenery, often combining it with jeep tours across the Fjallajökull Nature Reserve. Though remote and challenging to reach, its solitude rewards travelers with one of the most unforgettable views in Iceland. Mellifell stands as a symbol of Iceland's eternal balance, where destruction gives birth to beauty, and silence speaks louder than words. Thingvellir, Thingvellir National Park. Thingvellir National Park, located in southwestern Iceland, is one of the country's most historically and geologically significant sites. It lies in a vast rift valley where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates meet, a place where visitors can literally walk between continents. This dramatic landscape of fissures, cliffs, and crystal-clear waters reveals the raw forces that shape the earth beneath Iceland. Historically, Thingvellir holds deep cultural importance as the birthplace of Icelandic democracy. In 930 AD, Viking settlers established the Alþingi, one of the world's oldest parliaments, right here on this open plain. For centuries, laws were proclaimed and disputes settled in the shadow of the surrounding mountains, linking governance and nature in one sacred space. The park's most famous site, Silfra Fissure, offers divers a rare chance to swim in glacial waters between two tectonic plates, a surreal experience unique to Iceland. Thingvellir is also home to Thingvallavatn, the country's largest natural lake, surrounded by volcanic ridges and lush greenery. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it combines natural wonder with human history in a single breathtaking panorama. Standing at Thingvellir, you feel Iceland's dual spirit, a nation forged by the earth's power and guided by the enduring strength of its people. Skogafoss Waterfall. Skogafoss Waterfall thunders down the southern coast of Iceland, just off the ring road near the village of Skogar. Cascading from a height of 60 meters, 197 feet, and spanning 25 meters, 82 feet wide, it is one of Iceland's largest and most awe-inspiring waterfalls. Fed by the Skoga River, which flows from the glaciers of Eyjafjallajökull and Mýrdalsjökull, the falls create a constant mist that often forms brilliant rainbows on sunny days. According to local legend, a Viking named Thrasi hid a chest of gold behind the waterfall centuries ago. When villagers later tried to retrieve it, they managed only to grasp one ring from its side before the treasure disappeared forever. That ring now rests in the Skogar Museum, preserving one of Iceland's most enduring myths. A staircase of nearly 500 steps leads visitors to a viewing platform above the falls, where sweeping views of the coastline stretch to the horizon. At the base, the sheer power of the water creates a deafening roar that echoes through the surrounding cliffs. Birds nest along the rock walls, adding life to the misty, dramatic setting. Skogafoss is more than a waterfall. It's a symbol of Iceland's untamed beauty, where legend and landscape merge in timeless harmony. Drangurinn Rock. Drangurinn Rock stands at the foot of the Eyjafjöll Mountains in southern Iceland, near the village of Skogar. This massive boulder, rising abruptly from the flat farmland, is both a geological wonder and a cherished piece of Icelandic folklore. Formed by ancient volcanic activity, it was carried here by retreating glaciers thousands of years ago, leaving behind a solitary monument amid open fields. According to local legend, the rock was once lifted from a nearby mountain by an outlaw of immense strength. He hurled it across the valley, and it landed where it still rests today, a story that has become part of Iceland's rich oral tradition. Over time, farmers built small turf huts and storage shelters beneath the rock's overhang, using its natural protection against the harsh winds. The area around Drangurinn feels timeless, a blend of myth, history, and rural simplicity. Sheep still graze nearby, and the quiet hum of the countryside surrounds this ancient landmark. For travelers exploring the south coast, it offers a glimpse into the bond between Icelandic life and the raw forces of nature that define it. Drangurinn Rock stands as a silent storyteller, a bridge between Iceland's volcanic past and the folklore that continues to shape its identity. Geyser Geothermal Area. The Geyser geothermal area, located in southwest Iceland's Hákadalur Valley, is one of the most remarkable geothermal fields on Earth. It is home to the original Great Geyser, the very phenomenon that gave its name to all geysers worldwide. Here, boiling water, steam vents, and sulfur-scented pools dot the landscape, a vivid reminder that Iceland lies atop one of the planet's most active volcanic zones. The Great Geyser has erupted for more than 1,000 years, shooting jets of scalding water up to 60 to 80 meters, 197 to 262 feet, into the air. Today it lies mostly dormant, awakening only after strong earthquakes disturb the underground pressure. Yet nearby, its energetic neighbor Strokr erupts reliably every 5 to 10 minutes, delighting visitors with plumes of hot water that soar skyward before dissolving into mist. The ground around the geysers shimmers with mineral deposits, glowing in shades of red, orange, and gold. Wooden walkways allow visitors to safely explore the steaming terrain while listening to the hiss and rumble beneath their feet. In winter, the contrast between snow and rising steam creates an otherworldly spectacle. The Geyser geothermal area remains a living window into Earth's inner energy, where water, heat, and time unite in an endless dance of creation. Gullfoss Waterfall. Gullfoss Waterfall, meaning Golden Falls, is one of Iceland's most iconic and breathtaking natural wonders. Located in the Vita River Canyon in southwest Iceland, it forms part of the famous Golden Circle route. The The waterfall plunges in two dramatic stages. First, a drop of 11 meters, 36 feet, then another of 21 meters, 69 feet, creating a total height of 32 meters, 105 feet. As glacial meltwater rushes through the rugged canyon, the sunlight reflects off the mist, giving the water a golden glow that inspired its name. In summer, rainbows arc above the churning spray, while in winter, the frozen cascades turn into shimmering sculptures of ice and light. The deafening roar of Gullfoss echoes through the valley, a sound that perfectly captures the wild power of Icelandic nature. Beyond its beauty, Gullfoss carries a story of preservation. In the early 20th century, foreign investors attempted to harness the waterfall for hydroelectric power. Sigríður Tómasdóttir, the daughter of a local farmer, fought tirelessly to protect it, a struggle that ultimately saved Gullfoss and inspired Iceland's environmental movement. Today, visitors walk along well-kept trails to view the falls from multiple angles, witnessing both its grandeur and its legacy as a symbol of Iceland's enduring natural pride. Snæfellsnes Peninsula. The Snæfellsnes Peninsula, often called Iceland in miniature, stretches from the country's western coast into the North Atlantic Ocean. It is renowned for its astonishing diversity: glaciers, volcanoes, lava fields, beaches, and charming fishing villages, all within a single region. At its heart towers the Snæfellsjökull Glacier, a 1,446 meters, 4,744 feet, ice-capped volcano made famous by Jules Verne's novel Journey to the Center of the Earth. The peninsula's landscapes shift dramatically every few kilometers. To the north, jagged cliffs plunge into the sea, while to the south, black sand beaches and basalt columns trace the rugged shoreline. Ancient lava fields like Berserkjaraun tell stories of eruptions that shaped the land thousands of years ago. Small villages such as Arnarstapi, Helnar, and Grundarfjörður reveal the human side of the peninsula, communities built on fishing, folklore, and endurance. Local legends speak of elves, sea spirits, and hidden people said to inhabit the cliffs and lava formations. Visitors can explore coastal trails, photograph the striking Carrickfergus Mountain, or hike to the glacier's edge for panoramic ocean views. The Snæfellsnes Peninsula captures everything that defines Iceland: the raw beauty of nature, the resilience of its people, and a deep sense of timeless wonder. Arnarstapi and Helnar. Arnarstapi and Helnar are two picturesque coastal villages located on the southern edge of the Snæfellsnes Peninsula in western Iceland. Nestled at the foot of Mount Stapafell, these small fishing communities are surrounded by dramatic cliffs, basalt arches, and the roaring North Atlantic. Together, they form one of Iceland's most scenic coastal walks, a short 2.5 kilometers, 1.5 miles trail that links history, folklore, and breathtaking nature. Arnarstapi was once a bustling trading post during the Danish era, where merchants exchanged fish and goods with passing ships. Today, it's known for its rugged beauty and the striking Gatkletter Arch, a natural basalt rock bridge shaped by the sea's relentless power. The harbor still shelters small fishing boats, reflecting Iceland's enduring connection to the ocean. Helnar, just a short walk west, was one of the region's oldest fishing stations. Its shoreline reveals sea caves carved by centuries of waves, and local cafes now serve traditional Icelandic dishes overlooking the cliffs. Birds nest on the towering rock faces, their calls echoing across the coastal wind. Together, Arnarstapi and Helnar represent the perfect harmony of Icelandic life, where natural splendor, folklore, and human resilience have coexisted for generations. Carrickfergus Mountain and Carrickfergus waterfall. Carrickfergus Mountain, rising 463 meters, 1,519 feet, above the northern coast of the Snæfellsnes Peninsula, is one of Iceland's most photographed landmarks. Its name means Church Mountain, inspired by its perfectly symmetrical, steeple-like shape that stands in striking isolation from the surrounding landscape. At its base flows the graceful Kirkjufellsfoss waterfall, a three-tiered cascade that completes one of the most iconic views in all of Iceland. Formed millions of years ago through volcanic activity and glacial erosion, Kirkjufell's layers reveal Iceland's deep geological past. The mountain once lay beneath glaciers, which sculpted its slopes into smooth ridges of ancient basalt. When clouds gather or the northern lights shimmer above, the entire scene transforms into a surreal blend of color and light, often featured in films and travel imagery. The nearby town of Grundarfjörður, a quiet fishing community, thrives under the shadow of this remarkable peak. Visitors hike its trails in summer or photograph its reflection in the still waters of nearby ponds. In winter, the snow-covered summit and frozen falls offer a completely different yet equally magical perspective. Kirkjufell and Kirkjufellsfoss embody the spirit of Iceland, where land, water, and sky unite to create a landscape both timeless and unforgettable. Grundarfjörður Town. Grundarfjörður is a charming fishing town nestled on the northern coast of the Snæfellsnes Peninsula in western Iceland. Surrounded by towering mountains and tranquil fjord waters, it offers some of the most picturesque coastal scenery in the country. With a population of around 900 people, the town balances a peaceful village life with the adventurous spirit of Icelandic nature. The town's history stretches back to the Viking Age, when early settlers took advantage of the rich fishing grounds of Breidafjörður Bay. Fishing remains the lifeblood of the community, and colorful boats still line the harbor, bringing in cod, haddock, and other local catches. In recent years, tourism has become an important part of the economy as travelers come to explore nearby wonders such as Carrickfergus Mountain and Carrickfergus waterfall. Grundarfjörður is also known for its vibrant culture and friendly locals. Small cafes and guest houses serve traditional Icelandic dishes, while local festivals celebrate music, art, and the enduring relationship between the people and the sea. During winter, the town's dark skies make it an excellent spot for witnessing the northern lights, dancing above the snow-covered peaks. Grundarfjörður captures the essence of Icelandic life, simple, welcoming, and beautifully connected to the rhythms of nature and the ocean. Dynjandi Waterfall. Dynjandi Waterfall, often called the Jewel of the Westfjords, is one of Iceland's most majestic and elegant cascades. Located in the remote Arnarfjörður Fjord, this natural masterpiece tumbles 100 meters, 328 feet, down a tiered mountainside, spreading wide like a bridal veil. Its name means thunderous, perfectly describing the powerful roar that echoes through the surrounding valley. The waterfall consists of several smaller cascades stacked in layers, each with its own unique shape and rhythm. The main flow begins at the top with Dynjandi itself and continues through a series of lower falls, including Hundafoss and Gungufoss, creating a seamless, symphonic descent of water. Visitors who hike the short uphill trail are rewarded with breathtaking views of both the waterfall and the glacial fjord below. Formed by retreating glaciers thousands of years ago, the entire area showcases the rugged geology of the Westfjords: sharp cliffs, basalt columns, and lush, mossy slopes. Despite its grandeur, Dynjandi remains remarkably untouched, offering peace and solitude far from Iceland's crowded tourist routes. Picnic spots near the base allow travelers to pause and listen to the rhythmic sound of water cascading endlessly through the valley. Dynjandi is not just a waterfall. It's a living symbol of the Westfjord's quiet majesty, where time slows and nature's beauty speaks in whispers of water and stone. Grabrock Crater. Grabrock Crater rises within the vast Borgarfjordur region of western Iceland, a striking remnant of an ancient volcanic eruption that shaped the surrounding landscape. Formed about 3,400 years ago, it is part of the Grábrókarraun lava field, one of the most accessible volcanic sites in the country. Standing roughly 170 meters, 558 feet above sea level, its red and black slopes contrast beautifully with the green valleys below. The crater was created during a fissure eruption that produced 3 main cones, of which Grabrock is the largest and best preserved. A well-built staircase and walking path allow visitors to climb to the rim, where panoramic views reveal the moss-covered lava plains and the nearby Norðara River winding through the valley. From above, the crater's circular shape and layered textures clearly display Iceland's fiery origins. Local settlements once used the fertile volcanic soil around Grabrock for farming, a testament to how life and lava coexist in Iceland's unique ecosystem. Today, it's a favorite stop along Route 1 for travelers exploring the western region, offering a glimpse into the island's geological heartbeat. On clear days, sunlight deepens the hues of the crater's rust-colored rock, making it appear almost alive with warmth. Grabrock Crater stands as a natural monument to Iceland's volcanic past. Quiet now, yet forever marked by the memory of fire beneath the earth. Godafoss Waterfall. Godafoss Waterfall, known as the Waterfall of the Gods, is one of Iceland's most majestic and historically significant natural wonders. Located along the Skjálfandafljót River in northern Iceland, it spans 30 meters, 98 feet in width and plunges 12 meters, 39 feet into a serene turquoise pool below. Its graceful crescent shape and roaring mist make it one of the most photographed waterfalls in the country. The site carries a deep connection to Iceland's history. According to ancient legend, in the year 1000 AD, a law speaker named Thorgeir Ljósvetningagoti cast statues of the Old Norse gods into the falls after Iceland officially adopted Christianity. This symbolic act marked a peaceful transition between belief systems and gave the waterfall its timeless name, Godafoss, or Falls of the Gods. Geologically, the waterfall was carved from volcanic basalt, with striking rock formations lining both sides of the canyon. The sunlight often refracts through its mist, creating vivid rainbows that enhance its ethereal beauty. In winter, the surrounding cliffs freeze into crystalline patterns, transforming the site into a shimmering frozen amphitheater. Today, Godafoss stands as both a geological marvel and a monument to Iceland's heritage, a place where nature's power and history's spirit flow side by side. Laki Crater. Laki Crater, or Lakagigar, lies in the remote highlands of southern Iceland within Vatnajökull National Park. It forms part of a 25-kilometer, 15.5 miles, volcanic fissure system that erupted catastrophically in 1783 to 1784, reshaping not only Iceland but much of the Northern Hemisphere. The eruption produced massive lava flows and toxic gases, creating one of the largest and most devastating volcanic events in recorded history. Over 8 months, Laki spewed an estimated 14 cubic kilometers, 3.3 cubic miles, of lava and vast clouds of sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere. This led to the destruction of half of Iceland's livestock and severe famine that claimed thousands of lives. Its environmental effects extended far beyond Iceland. Europe experienced darkened skies and crop failures, while global temperatures dropped for years afterward. Today, the Lochie crater system is a haunting yet fascinating landscape of moss-covered lava fields and hundreds of small volcanic cones. The terrain, though scarred by its violent past, has been slowly reclaimed by nature, turning shades of green and gray with the passing centuries. Visitors can hike along marked trails, standing at viewpoints that overlook this vast volcanic plain and the still visible fissures that tore the earth open. Lochie remains a powerful reminder of Iceland's volatile geology, a place where destruction once reigned, yet beauty and renewal now quietly endure. Eldron Lava Field. The Eldron Lava Field stretches across Iceland's southern highlands, forming one of the largest and most extraordinary lava formations in the world. Created during the catastrophic 1783 to 1784 eruption of the Lochie crater system, it covers roughly 565 square kilometers, 218 square miles. A landscape born from fire and devastation. The eruption unleashed rivers of molten lava that flowed for months, transforming fertile valleys into an otherworldly sea of rock. Over time, nature slowly reclaimed the land. Today, Eldron is blanketed in a thick layer of soft green moss, giving it an almost alien appearance. The moss, though delicate, thrives in Iceland's moist climate and acts as a living symbol of renewal after destruction. When viewed from above, the rolling texture of the moss-covered lava resembles a vast, frozen ocean, silent, surreal, and endlessly beautiful. This region holds both geological and historical importance. The same eruption that created Eldron caused a famine across Iceland and altered weather patterns across Europe and even North Africa. Centuries later, the terrain served as a training site for NASA's Apollo 11 astronauts who practiced moonwalking on its rugged surface before their historic mission. Walking through Eldrown feels like stepping onto another planet, a reminder that even in the wake of catastrophe, nature finds a way to heal and transform. Svartifoss Waterfall. Svartifoss Waterfall, meaning Black Falls, is one of Iceland's most striking natural landmarks, located in Skaftafell within Vatnajökull National Park. It plunges about 20 meters, 65 feet, from a cliff surrounded by tall hexagonal basalt columns that look like the pipes of a giant organ. These formations were created as lava cooled slowly over time, fracturing into perfect geometric patterns that make Svartifoss truly unique. The contrast between the dark basalt and the bright white water gives the waterfall its name and its unforgettable beauty. Hiking trails lead through lush green valleys with glacial rivers and smaller cascades along the way before arriving at the fall's amphitheater-like setting. In summer, moss and wildflowers frame the black columns, while in winter, icicles hang like crystal drapes along the cliff face. Svartifoss has inspired several pieces of Icelandic architecture, most notably the design of Reykjavik's Hallgrímskirkja Church and the National Theatre. Its combination of symmetry, power, and stillness captures the essence of Icelandic nature, where artistry and geology merge seamlessly. Visitors often pause in silence here, listening to the rhythmic fall of water echoing through the volcanic canyon. Svartifoss is not just a waterfall. It's a cathedral of nature, carved by fire, shaped by water, and perfected by time. Ístrahorn. Ístrahorn, also known as Easthorn, rises dramatically along Iceland's eastern coastline near Valnes, about 10 kilometers, 6 miles, north of Höfn. This jagged mountain, standing 756 meters, 2,480 feet high, is part of the Krossanesfjall Range, and is made primarily of dark gabbro rock rich in iron and magnesium. Its rugged slopes glisten with metallic tones under sunlight, shifting from gray to greenish-black, a feature that makes it a striking twin to the nearby Vestrahorn Mountain. Formed millions of years ago through volcanic and tectonic activity, Eistrahorn's steep ridges descend into wild coastal plains and black sand beaches. The surrounding area is dotted with small lagoons and mirror-like pools that reflect the mountain's sharp peaks, creating breathtaking compositions for photographers. When low clouds hang over the cliffs, the entire landscape takes on an ethereal, cinematic quality. Despite its isolation, Eistrahorn is a haven for wildlife. Arctic terns and seabirds nest along the shorelines, while reindeer occasionally graze in the distance during the summer months. There are no large settlements nearby, only the whisper of wind and the crash of waves echoing through the fjord. Eistrahorn embodies the raw, untouched spirit of East Iceland, a place where geology and solitude combine to create one of the country's most hauntingly beautiful scenes. Raudasandur Beach. Raudasandur Beach, meaning Red Sand Beach, stretches across the remote west fjords of Iceland, near the Latrabjarg Cliffs. Unlike Iceland's typical black sand shores, Raudasandur dazzles visitors with its warm hues of gold, orange, and deep red. The colors shift constantly with the light and tides, creating an ever-changing panorama that looks almost unreal. The beach extends for nearly 10 kilometers, 6 miles, offering vast, open views of the Atlantic Ocean and the snow-capped mountains beyond. Its unusual sand color comes from pulverized scallop shells and light volcanic sediment, shaped over centuries by the sea's rhythmic movement. When the sun sets low over the horizon, the shoreline glows in fiery tones, making it one of the most photogenic places in Iceland. Raudasander is also a sanctuary of peace and wildlife. Seals often bask along the coast, and migrating seabirds circle the skies above the tranquil waters. Few travelers venture this far, so it remains blissfully quiet, a perfect escape for those seeking solitude and reflection. Without cafes or crowds, only the sound of waves and wind fills the air. Raudasander Beach reminds every visitor that Iceland's beauty lies not only in its drama, but also in its stillness. Nature at its purest and most peaceful. From its frozen glaciers to its fiery volcanoes, Iceland reveals a world shaped by the power of nature itself. Every waterfall, canyon, and black sand beach tells a story of creation, destruction, and renewal. This is a land where silence feels alive, and every horizon carries a promise of discovery. As the winds fade and the light lingers over the North Atlantic, Iceland reminds us that true beauty lies in balance between fire and ice, strength and serenity. And wherever your next journey takes you, may it be full of wonder. If this journey through Iceland moved you, please like and subscribe for more cinematic explorations. Your support is completely free but makes a world of difference in helping us create stories like this. And tell us in the comments, which country should we explore next?